We have our friend here today, Eli from Eli TV Oficial. And we're going to be doing a video a little bit describing what she's been going through, how she came around and found this newfound, I don't know, niche. She's got a niche in the benditas redes sociales, as the president calls it, right?
Yes.
So I think though, I'm not sure, Eli, do you want to do this in Spanish, English, Spanglish? What do you want to do?
Let's do it in Spanglish.
Okay, sounds good. And that way the Mexican people can hear you speak your English. I'm sure they'll be proud of you because
my ugly English.
it is not ugly. I am telling you, it is pretty darn cool. But you know what? Before we do, let me go ahead and get our I'm going to send a link to our friends, okay? So that they can see on our WhatsApp. We have a group that we both belong to. Oh, or you belong to the YouTubers, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually on your YouTube page, but I don't see the live video. I don't know what's happening.
Interesting. See, that's what I'm
waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Okay, well, let's see if it's because it shows me that we are streaming.
Okay.
But I don't know why it's doing that. So that's I'm gonna check on that right now. I'm gonna send you the.
Well, actually, in my phone, I did receive it, but not on my laptop. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm having troubles with YouTube. On my list, it doesn't
show. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on?
Yes, what are you trying to do? Because on my own personal list, where you go and you look at your list of videos, it doesn't show these videos, which is weird. For the past 4 videos, and it says, or if I can hit on it, it says that there's no views when I've had quite a few views on it. So I don't really understand what's going on. They've updated or changed YouTube recently. They've made some changes, and I use OBS and I use Restream in order to simultaneously I simulcast to Twitch and to Facebook and to YouTube. But one of the things that I've been noticing is Restream changed their program to accommodate YouTube, and YouTube changed their program, and everything is very confusing right now for me. And it seems like it's not working properly. At least I'm not very happy with it. But anyway, I've got Eli here, and she recently went to Mexico. When did you go to Mexico? Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Something's playing here now.
It was me. It was actually
okay.
Me, but yeah, I got it under control.
Okay.
Thank you so much, first of all, Mara, for inviting me to your channel. I'm really blessed. I'm really happy, and I'm really honored to be here.
Oh, thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you in person. We've talked for sometimes over the phone and by text, and we belong to a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So I'm really happy to finally meet you. Muchísimas gracias por la invitación. También muchos saludos a los que nos están haciendo el favor de acompañarnos en esta transmisión tan bonita. Aquí con Mara, que hace un gran trabajo traduciendo los videos tanto de otros youtubers como del mismo presidente. Entonces eres un ejemplo a seguir. Realmente hay muchas personas que me han pedido que haga perdón, videos en inglés, pero creo que no soy la persona correcta. La persona correcta es Mara Carranza. Please follow her. She's gonna give you all the intake in the Spanish to English videos.
Well, I think Eli needs to stick her little spoon in there because she's better than she realizes at her English. Se meter la cuchara in Spanish, right? But it doesn't translate quite like that. But to get a little taste of it, because I think that her English is not bad at all. And Wilmer actually did one in English with me too, by the way. We spoke a little English on one video. Yeah, sure.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's bilingual too. It was really
very brave.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. And by the way, in February, I went to Peru and I got to spend some time with Blanca Pasapera, and I got to meet Ricardo Belmont Casanelli and Wilmer, and I was hoping to meet Jota when I was there, but unfortunately he was kind of far at the time that I was there, so I didn't get a chance to visit with him. But I did a translation of both Wilmer and Jota's video, and by the way, Eli was on one of them too. The one that was regarding the attorney, the Mexican attorney who is helping to explain the whole thing with um, um, the referendum that they've been um, trying to get passed in order to bring the ex-presidents to justice, because the people are very hurt. Hurt is the word that Eli uses, dolidos, ¿verdad? Um,
Yes, they're very hurt and pain. It's a lot of
yeah,
pain.
yeah, they've been tragic. It's been a tragic thing what's been happening in Mexico, and not just in Mexico but in the world, where these money hungry rich people have been taking advantage of the masses of the, especially the Latin American countries. But I know not just the Latin American countries, the whole neoliberal system is actually going throughout the world. It's happened in Spain, and it's happened in, I can't think of a place that hasn't happened except for maybe China and
Argentina.
Russia, right? China and Russia, they have a different way of taking the doing politics, I guess. Korea, but most of the countries that are involved in the uh, regular political, I don't know, maybe it's in the world uh, monetary fund, the ones that are involved with that are the ones that are taking advantage of the situation, which a lot of the times they cause for the people. They cause a country, they blockade them, they stop them from getting uh, what is it when they don't allow food or anything into the country, and so then they force them to ask for, to basically beg for help, money from them, and then they rip them off some way. They make them sign over the the resources of the country and rip off the people some more. What do you feel about that, Eli?
Oh my God. It's, politics has been something that for a long time you don't want to know about.
Exactly.
For a long time, we as Mexicans kept our eyes closed or blinded off because we just didn't want to know about what was happening because we already know, how painful it was for the people. So it was hard for us to take a look back. But now with President Obrador, he's making a real difference, and I'm sure that you and I, it's the same thing, the same situation that, we look back and we say, oh my God, is really this president fighting against corruption? Is this president really selling this airplane? Is the president really making that difference? Is, taking all the elite advantages away? And that just impresses you. It's like you want to be a participant of this change that's going on in Mexico. And I think that what you're doing, translating these videos about the conferences, las mañaneras, like they're known, and so it's really amazing. It's really amazing, and it just what wants you make you part of it. And when President came to United States, to Washington, I just said, I gotta be there. I gotta be part of the history.
Man, I wish I would have gone. I couldn't go at that time, unfortunately, due to my medical situation. I've got an arm that is really messed up. But tell us a little bit about how you got, I use the word catapulted into the forefront of all this. I understand you weren't a YouTuber before all of this. Tell us a little bit about you and how you came to be, and also about your whole history, from Mexico to here and all that. Tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
you.
Well, I came to the United States when I was about 11, 12 years old. And, I went to school. I think it was fifth or sixth grade.
Uh-huh.
And, just doing the regular kid stuff, trying to get into this new culture, okay? Because it was really difficult, when you come to a country that is not your country, is not your culture, is not your language, is, not the same friends, different skin tones, and you're just placed
Wait,
in
Ellie. But speaking of skin tones, here you are, a Mexicana, güera with blue or green eyes. What is it?
green. Yeah.
Green. Yeah. So this it might be really strange for you, right? You come from a Latin American country, but you're not the typical looking Mexican
Yes.
American, right?
Yes,
Because
but you don't know that, when
right,
you come here, you don't know that. You're just Mexican. That's all you know. You're not like, oh, I'm a white Mexican or something like that. You don't
right.
think about it that way. It's just trying to get accepted. And I did suffer from a lot of bullying when I was in school
Mm-hmm.
because of the same thing. Here I am, green eyes, skin tone, color white, and I don't know how to speak English. So they're like, "What's happening?" You're supposed to know how to speak English, or you're like an American or something like that. So
Right.
it was difficult, but I went to school, at elementary school, then I went to high school, and then I didn't go to college because of my documents situation. So I went directly to work, and really never went to look back to what's going on in Mexico in politics, because like the president said, uh, the politics. That's what they said. Politics is just for the politics. It's
Hey, a
not for
question
the.
for you, Ellie. How is it that you guys decided to go to Florida? Most of the people, when they cross Mexico, they go right to like California or Texas, which is right across the border, Arizona. How did you
Or
wind up in
Chicago.
Florida? Right, Chicago.
Yeah, or Chicago. Most of the people in a town in Mexico where I'm from, they go to Chicago.
So
So
where are you from in Mexico?
I'm from Zacatecas, Mexico.
Oh, Zacatecas. Okay.
Yeah, like the central Mexico.
Uh huh. My
And
husband was
so,
from there, from
oh wow,
Zacatecas. Why?
Zacatecas,
He's now deceased, but he was from Zacatecas, Tepechitlan.
Tepechitlan. Well,
Yeah.
yo from Estancia de Anima.
I
Estancia
see.
de Anima. It's like 40 minutes away from the capital, Zacatecas.
I
Hmm.
see.
And so, actually, the first place that I came to when I came from Mexico, it was Chicago.
Oh,
And in Chicago, you can find a very big Mexican American or Mexican community.
right.
And really, when you go to Chicago, you just feel you arrived in Mexico, because you feel the people, the stores, uh, selling tacos in the streets and all that. So it's like a taste of Mexico when you go to Chicago. I'm sure you get that in California too.
Right. Right. We do.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead with what you were saying. I was
So
just
I
curious
actually
to know.
Yeah, so I actually came to Florida when I was about 18 or 19 years old,
Uh huh.
and for work, and so I liked it, and I stayed here because I really loved it. But I don't forget my Chicago. I really love Chicago. That's my hometown.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Awesome. I didn't know you had gone to Chicago first. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah, Chicago, and that's actually where my mom lives. My brothers, my two brothers, my sister, my dad, my
Uh
aunt,
huh.
my uncles, all my family. Yeah, they live there. All my family from my mom's side
Uh
live
huh.
in Chicago, and from my dad, they live in Zacatecas and Denver, Colorado. I
Oh,
mean, I'm sorry, Nevada, Reno, Nevada.
Reno. Okay, cool. So anyway, go ahead with what you were saying. I'm sorry I interrupted. Uh,
About,
uh,
I forgot about
well, anyway, we were talking about how you feel about the whole situation in Mexico and all of that.
yeah. Well, that after 2018, when President AMLO came to the presidency,
Uh huh.
I was really amazed, about what he was doing, and I started to look more into it,
Uh huh.
but not through the regular TV, Univision or Telemundo, because they don't tell you the truth. So what I
Mhm.
really did, I went to the social media,
Mhm.
to the only social media,
I know.
and I started to look at the YouTubers that were in that moment, like the Big Brother Campechaneando,
Mhm.
and others that were really uh, informing, right?
Right.
Giving us the real news about what was happening in Mexico.
Mhm.
So that was actually the only way that you can get to know what's going on. So go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yep. So after that, in 2019,
Mhm.
my Mexican danzarina,
Okay.
to say it something like that. My Mexican danzarina is like, oh, I gotta go to Mexico, right? Because
Right.
you have a new vision of Mexico, so I wanna go to Mexico and feel Mexican uh, energy. And in
Right.
2000, January 2019, I went back to Mexico for the first time in almost 30 years. And it was because of President AMLO. Then, so I went to Mexico in 2018, 19. And then what happened next, the big event, was when President AMLO came to Washington, and I decided I got to be there. I have to be there because it's a historic moment in time. It's the first time that President AMLO will be out of the Mexican country for the first time in international. So it's my opportunity.
Yeah.
So I decided to pack my bags and go to Washington.
And how far
And
is it from where you're? How many hours did you have to go, or did you drive?
no, I didn't drive. I took I flew. I flew there. So it's about 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, it would have probably been about the same or more for me, right?
Yeah. It's true. But
Yeah.
some people drove. They
Oh,
drove 14, 20 plus hours to get there, just to be there and support President AMLO, not even knowing that if you're gonna get to see him,
right.
because we didn't know anything. Are we gonna be able to see him? Where are we going to go? Is he gonna arrive to the embassy? What's going to happen? We didn't know anything. I'm like, well, if I'm the only one there, I don't care. I
Right.
just wanna be there.
Awesome. And it really is. It says something about you. To take that incentive, because it's so hard. But you know what? I feel the same way. All of a sudden, after all these years of them putting you down, how you talk about the bullying and all that. In a way, Mexican Americans, the ones who he calls our heroes, right? The Mexican heroes that are sending them their remissions, to help the country. And by the way, he talked about that today at the conference. How this year they've reached record numbers of people actually, um, uh, sending money, and they expect that it's going to be the highest number, even with all the because the Mexican American people, um, are also having difficulty, with work and all that here in the U.S. A lot of them have been laid off. They've had to find alternate ways to make money, because everywhere people have been, um, cut off, because of COVID. So it's very incredible that they're able get the money together to be able to send it, to the people in Mexico. I mean, do you imagine how much effort they must be making? Because first of all, they're the ones that are usually get paid the lowest salary, right? They
Mm-hmm.
and they have the least amount of benefits. And here they are sending money to their family in Mexico like they always have, but even more so now because I think they have the faith that it is going to be put to good use, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you know that the Mexican Americans that live here in the United States, and then they are called heroes. And finally, somebody puts them on the spot because they really reserve this spot. They've been working for so many years, um, bringing the money to their family and friends. And when I was in Mexico, 3 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
I was in my town in Zacatecas, in Ojo Caliente, Zacatecas, and I was getting these thank yous from people, from even my family, um, that that the heroes here in America, the Mexican heroes, are the ones who are saving the small towns in Mexico
Yeah.
because the money they send. And so they said, just Ellie, please tell them we said thank you. Thank you so much. And and you can actually feel a peace of mind in these towns because of these quality people, because they are taking really good care, and we're working hard because I'm pretty sure you're a hero too, and we're working very hard to keep our families safe and sound.
That's true. And I think you're right. It is high time that they got the recognition for all the effort that they have made. Uh, they, and I say they, I mean we, right? The Latin Americans in the U.S. And I say Latin Americans because it's not just the Mexican people. I mean, yes, of course, for Mexico it is, but there's also all these other countries, that have people that have migrated, from Nicaragua, from Guatemala, from Bolivia, from Argentina. They all, despite the fact that they come here to a new country and have difficulty making it, making a way to survive, they all usually wind up sending money to help out their families because they leave their children behind sometimes, their mothers, their sisters, the people that are most dear to them in order to survive. Because with this neoliberal politics, most of them haven't had have been ripped off so badly, and the jobs aren't there, and in every way that they can, they steal from the people and they steal their resources, and they don't care that they're suffering. and
Mm-hmm.
and to see that we um, can be a part of that, and helping them, and giving them the recognition, giving them their due,
Yes.
because yeah, and I think you're right that it's high time that somebody recognized, and the president was so eloquent when he said these are my heroes, right?
Yeah, that made me cry.
Me too, me too.
That's like, oh my God, it's like somebody is giving us recognition. I can't believe it, and I was amazed, and it really did make me cry.
Oh, girlfriend, don't get me going. I've cried so many times on my videos. I think they have like there's a channel, I don't remember what it's called, but they have like they make fun of those videos where I'm like trying to translate, and I basically can't help it, but I start crying. Uh, like when he one of the first things that touched me so much when our president showed his heart, his humanity, was when they were telling him, that he needed to somehow throw those supposedly those terrible people back, to Central America, and to stop them, block them from going to the U.S. and stop them at any cost, like basically insinuating that they should hurt them, right? And our president said, you know what, these are just people like us, and they have families. They left everything behind. He said they left their families, everything they know, men, women, children, and they come to a country they know nothing about. He goes, nobody does that unless they have a terrible need, a necessity. And his humanity touched me, because here they're asking him to do something horrible, terrible to the people, and his heart is so beautiful, and it made me proud to be a Mexican, to say, that's right. That's right. We're all Latinos. We're all together. And the same with, I feel the same way about Peru and Bolivia, what they did to Evo. It's just, don't get me going, because, girl, that's so emotional for me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think, we finally have a president that we can be proud of.
Exactly.
And we can be proud of our roots. We can be proud of who we are. And we can be proud of coming back to our country like I did not too long ago. And that's the main reason, I went to celebrate the Mexican independence because I'm feeling proud of my country, and I'm feeling like I can be part of this new phase of a growing country, and just by taking a look at the eyes to the people, it's really amazing how you can see the pain, but also you can see a bright future in their eyes, and that was what kept me going,
Mm-hmm.
and really keeps me going until this time.
Because you see the hope, now there is a hope
Yes.
now. And also with this whole thing with, man, the Mexican people are so happy that they're finally bringing these corrupt presidents to justice.
Yeah, like it's like in every country. I think when it gets to when it gets political, like frena,
Mm-hmm.
what they're doing. But it's a really small percentage of the population who really don't support President AMLO. And like Janice Bingola said, justo hoy Financial Times habló lo peor de AMLO. Por eso es muy buena la participación de ustedes para tirar los mitos. So
Yeah.
it's really important because, here we are talking about President AMLO and how we support him, how people support him, even in the chat, they know that the Financial Times is just talking because, they want to get it their way.
That's right.
And we can't, Financial Times doesn't represent me, That-
Right.
That's it.
And we're so aware that whenever anything is put out like that, that it is done in order to uh, try and bring an end to those that are bringing an end to neoliberalism, right? Because they're part of um, uh, that whole group of people, the rich ones, really.
Yeah.
It's
You
them
know,
paying them, right? Paying them to put that stuff out.
of course, these big groups in Mexico, like Frena and other groups, they were doing their business with these other, like the Financial Times and other newspapers that really getting their money from them.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate that you took the time to do this video with me. And I appreciate all the hard work you're doing. You've done such a great job. Um, I tell you, your English is very good. I don't think you need to be ashamed. If you wanted to do some English videos, I'm sure people would be very happy to listen to you. Besides, for the Mexican people, when they hear somebody with a little bit of an accent, it feels like home. So
I rather leave this job to you, Mara.
I think
And
I don't mind sharing it with you, girlfriend.
okay.
But I do think you're doing an excellent job. Your numbers have grown really rapidly. I see that you're doing an excellent job, and I share with you that pride of not necessarily of well, because I'm proud, yes, that of my Mexican heritage, but I'm so proud that someone that is not corrupt is finally there, and that maybe now the Mexican people have a small chance to get ahead, right? And as the president said, that the money he's been putting into the government this time, with all these tragic things that happened with the COVID, with the financial downpour and everything, what he did was put the money in the bottom, not give the money to the big corporations that, like they
No
used to.
one had done that. No
Yeah.
one.
And you know what they found out? And it makes a lot of sense. As the millionaire, there was a millionaire that the president presented on a TED Talk that talked about, if you don't give money to the people on the bottom, then who's going to buy your stuff?
Exactly.
And that's why actually he said that the big companies over there like Walmart and Oxxo and all those big companies actually did better because now the people had money to spend. And so what they were doing by ripping off the people was cutting their own nose off to spite their face. Because
Yeah.
how they're taking away their consumers. Can't they
They want
see that?
they want to keep everything. They,
Right.
they, they don't want to keep the economy moving. They just want to fill up their banks, fill up their pockets, and and have the gold on their side.
Yeah. And well, thank you very much, Ellie. I think we're gonna have to get going because I know you've got to get back to what you were doing, and I've got an appointment. But it was
Okay.
so nice to finally get to do this video with you that we've been wanting to do for a very long time,
Thank
and
you.
I'm just very happy that we got to do this today. And I look forward to doing more videos with you in the future. and
Sure.
and I kind of wanted to let them get to know you a little bit about you, and I'm sure that people see you doing your work but really knew nothing of you, or I don't know if they did or didn't, but um, in any case, I wanted to be able to share and have you share a little bit about yourself, and so people could get to know you more
Thank you so
intimately.
much. Thank you so much, Mara. I really appreciate it. Appreciate it. And I want to incentivize all the Mexican American people that live here in the United States and support President AMLO, and they want to make some videos in English and share with the community, to go ahead and do it because it is important that we don't forget our roots and support President AMLO because he's doing a lot for the country.
Actually, you said something very important there, which I agree with, that if there's any more bilingual Latin Americans, start making YouTube videos. It's really simple. Watch YouTube videos about how to make YouTube videos if you have no other way, right? I use a program called OBS, which makes it very simple. And also, there's videos on how to use OBS, Spanish and English. Um, and also, if you guys ever have questions, you can send me attach questions to my videos and I can answer them for you. But also, I want to, as Miss Ellie said, incentivize other Latin Americans, Mexican Americans, to make these videos. And don't leave it all to me, for Pete's sake. Yeah, I'm sure that more of you could help, spread the news and to shed some light where they're trying to lie to the people about Mexico. You guys can say a little bit more about the truth. And yeah, there's a lot of lies that are being put out there in the because the media is trying to help the bad guys. And so the good guys need to get a little help. So if you guys start making some videos and share the information, if anybody knows how to translate, I'm happy to share this work with you guys. There's so much. And whenever I see a video that says something that's very important, like the video that I did yesterday that Eli was part of with Wilmer, I translated to
Very
English.
important video.
Yeah, because it explains the situation with the referendum, the consulta popular, uh, and what it means, the changes that the judges made, or the legislature made to the referendum, so that it was worded appropriately, so that it could include or encompass every area. Because the way it was written so that it was directed at just the presidents. But the way they restructured it, it now includes every area. So it includes not just the presidents, but it allows them to be able to get the money back. To get or be able to somehow have more recourse to go after them, which is what the people wanted, and it needed to be written that way. And this attorney that explains it on Inti News with Wilmer, it's a very good explanation, and it's very beneficial. And I didn't translate the whole thing. I probably need to go back and finish it, but I was just after it was already such a long video, over an hour, that I thought, I better cut it off here. I was 3/4 of the way through with the video, but I didn't get to finish it. But I thought, I wanted to bring light to it so that other people could go and I see. Let's say hello to some of our people here on our chat. Okay, so we have Raul Martinez just came on. He says, "Oh, look at there. You want to read it?"
Yeah. The last one, right?
Uh huh.
Hola, Mara. One interview with Maria Hinojosa. She's so powerful woman here in New York
Oh.
media in NPR, TKS.
Well, we'll have to look her up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta find these powerful, men and women
Right.
Who can really give back to the community. It's really important. So
Yeah.
it would be a good idea to make contact with Maria.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and cut this off because I keep saying I'm going to stop and I don't.
Janice, AT,
Yeah.
and
Uy, uy, uy.
some others.
I like uy, uy, uy. I like his name. Uy, uy, uy. Isn't that cute?
Con Miguel Martin.
Yeah.
Hola,
AT.
great to see you collaborating together, girls.
Yeah. Oh, how sweet. And then un fuerte abrazo. And let's see. Eli's on there. And let's see. Okay. So anyway, thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. And hopefully we get to do another one together, right, Eli?
Right.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Besitos y
Thank you so
abrazos.
much. You're welcome to visit my page at